Yesterday was a day that had major undertones of I used to work for Jerry Jones. Jason Garrett was here. Sean Payton, former offensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. Also, I am guessing at some point, Sean Payton was passed over for the amount of times that the Dallas Cowboys had job has been open in the last 30 years. I'm guessing Sean Payton's been passed over by Jared Jones. He wanted to make it really clear.
Ask these questions, man.
He wanted to make it very, very clear that Jerry Jones is one of these owners that you feel really good about going into the season and having a chance to win a Super Bowl. But in this era of Jerry Jones, just like the old era of Al Davis in his latter years, you got no shot. Sean Payton loves the ownership group here. He loves Greg Penner, Kerry Walton Penner. He loves it. They do things the right way. They sign contracts, not just within the salary cap, but also with the guaranteed money, with the incentives that make players want to put pen to paper. That's part of the culture you're building. That's not the case in Cincinnati. That's not the case in Dallas right now. And that's part of the reason why this team does have a chance, if everything goes well, to be in the conversation to compete for a Super Bowl. He's not wrong.
Now, Dallas does have the baked-in, especially because of the culture of football down in Texas. Like, it's very hard not to be a Texas kid and want to play for the Cowboys one day, want to have that star on the side of your helmet if you are an NFL talent, right? That's just baked into your DNA, being America's team and winning those 3 Super Bowls under.
Building a practice facility that is essentially like
it's a hotel.
It's a megaplex.
Like, you can have a gym membership at the practice facility, which that'd be actually kind of nifty to have out here in Denver. But they have the baked-in advantage of, well, everyone, and I know it's a blanket statement, everyone wants to be a Cowboy. Cincinnati doesn't have that, right? Like, right. So the Bengals right now are in this.
All those sweet helmets, though.
Awesome helmets.
Love the helmets.
And I love how, you know who stole it? Or the Memphis Tigers?
Oh, yeah.
In the American this year?
It's not as good, though.
I think it's pretty good.
Really?
They've got a lot of these.
But I still
the pearl white with the metallic blue on it. I think it's sweet.
Personally, the thing that makes the Bengals helmet so awesome is that I've actually seen tigers that have orange and black.
What, you haven't seen a white and blue tiger?
I've never seen a blue tiger, which is just crazy.
I think Cheech and Chong make things that can turn the tigers from orange to blue.
Yeah, they advertise very much on X.
With Cincinnati, they're in this issue. If they don't retain their players, how many guys are begging to go to Cincinnati now?
Well, if you're an offensive skill player, probably a few.
I would say a few, but there's no money to go around. If you're a skill player,
the money piece. I was just going to say the desire.
Did they just get rid of Zach Moss?
The desire to go to Cincinnati would be solely that I get to play with probably the best thrower of the football.
So if you're going to go to Cincy, you're going on a 1-year deal. You're going to make, hopefully, you're going to be the third option on that team behind T and Jamar Chase, have a huge offensive year, and then you go sign your long-term deal elsewhere.
Probably like a tight end or a wide receiver 3.
Maybe a running back 2
you're
or
not talking about
running back.
Needle movers, really.
No. So Cincy at this point is, if we don't retain our players, we're kind of screwed. And unfortunately, what's happening with the Bengals is that they're undervaluing their own players. Denver doesn't have that issue. And what Sean Payton and the ownership group are doing right now is they are building in the inherent advantage that teams like Dallas have. Everyone wants to be a Cowboy. If you continue what you've done over the last 2 years, everyone will want to be a Bronco.
I agree with that. And this year will be big, I think, for continuing what has become this is a buzzy type of a place within NFL free agency and the trade market for skill players to want to come play for on the offensive side of the ball. Why? Number one, there's opportunity because there's not the clear-cut number 1 and number 2 wide receiver. That's why Evan Ingram's excited to play here. Because even if you're a big-time tight end, would you want to go necessarily to Cincinnati and be in the – I know Mike Gesicki's there and all that, but would you want to be in the shadow of 2 highly touted, highly compensated wide receivers?
No, because when I think about the
end.
Cincinnati Bengals, I think about 4 offensive players before I think about Mike Gesicki. I think about Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Chase Brown. And before that, it was who's the kid in Houston now? Former Oklahoma Sooner. Joe Mixon. Right? I think about those players before I think about Gesicki.
There's opportunity here. I mean, we've had the conversation. All of our little internet shows have really dissected who is wide receiver 2. on this year's Denver Broncos roster.
It should be the guy who just fielded a punt in front of us in Marvin Mims, but that's all based on he can spin a ball.
Gosh, he can throw a football.
That was a 40-yard dot.
Perfect spiral. Absolutely ripped.
It
That's
should
the thing that
be
you forget
Mims.
about. The thing that you forget sometimes with the NFL players.
All of the guys were their high school quarterbacks
and
because they were all the best athletes.
The best athlete in the state. They were all really good. There were probably a couple coaches like, man, I think I can make him a QB, but he can really run. He'd be a great slot receiver.
You saw the video of Garrett Bowles taking up the long pole lacrosse stick, and he was messing around with Talanoa Hufanga, and I bet you Garrett Bowles was probably a really damn good lacrosse player back in his day.
Mutant versions of normal human beings. So
Thank you for being on board.
It's the Alex Ryanemi line of all lines.
You're a human, but you're not the same.
Yeah, there's a difference with how you're built, how you're wired, and your athletic giftedness.